Now you have heard about Julius Caesar. You have heard about Nero. You have heard about all the other emperors of Rome. The African history class today will bust your bubble. The only African Roman emperor, the greatest emperor the Roman empire ever had, the one who made history, the one in whose reign the Roman empire rose all the way to the top. Today, my brother, my sister, I am most excited to bring to you the story of Septimius Severus. Some people call him Romanus Severus. Others call him Romanus Septimus. Others also call him Lucius Septimius Severus. In this class, my brother, my sister, we will refer to him as Romanus Septimius. Romanus Septimius. And Romanus is spelled R-O-M-A-N-U-S for Romanus. R-O-M-A-N-U-S. Septimius is S-E-P-T-I-M-I-U-S. Hi! This story is worth a bag of gold. Lucius Septimius Severus was born on the 11th day of April in 145. That's 145. Anno Domino. And by Anno Domino, we mean that the new year, the year of the Lord. My brother, my sister, 145. On the 11th day of April, he was born, and he was born in Africa. In fact, at a place known as Leptis Magna. Leptis Magna in the Roman lingua franca. My brother, my sister, in the language of the Romans, they named this place Leptis Magna. In today's Africa, it is called the Al-Khums in Libya. His father was a Berber from North Africa, and of course he was mixed-blooded. His mother was Italian, father was Lebanese, and at the same time he was a Berber. Oh my God, have mercy. He was born in present-day Libya at a place called Al-Khums. Al-Khums is spelled K-H-U-M-S. Al-Khums. Al-Khums in Libya today. Today we're talking about Lucius Septimius Severus. Better still, the Roman Emperor Septimius. He was born on the 11th day of April in 145. And look at the interesting thing that happened. When he was born, he looked dark. And right at birth, he was already a symbol of power. His parents took a very good care of him. His father was a man who had to move away and go live in some other areas to take care of other issues. So he did not really meet with his father that much. But his mother was Italian, who took him all the way to Italy, into the Roman Empire, where he was educated. He was a very smart child when he was growing up. Hey, in no time, he was already involved in so many different things. And as a teenager, he would go to court and represent people. Just like a lawyer, he was so brilliant right at the beginning. He was also interested in army activities, better still, military activities. And he joined hands with the military to train and also to be trained. Oh gosh. He learned from the military, and the military also learned from him. He read so many wonderful books about guerrilla fighting in Africa. Almost all the things he taught the Roman army was about African guerrilla fighting from the ancient of days all the way down. Today we're talking about Septimius, the Roman emperor. Here what happened now. Our hero for today, the Roman Emperor Septimius, in fact, grew up in Africa, and he loved the conditions in Africa, the weather, oh, the food, the agricultural power, oh, and so many other things that happened in this part of the world, the dances, oh, the culture. He loved Africa more than he loved Italy, so he spent almost all his time in Africa. See what happened now? As he was growing up, he decided that it was time for him to do something interesting. About 175, Septimius Severus, in his early 30s at the time, contracted his first marriage. Hey, he became a married man, and he married a woman by name Paccia Marciana, and he spelled Paccia. Marciana is Marciana. Marciana was the first wife of Septimius Severus, who later became the Roman Emperor, my brother, my sister, as we're telling you in this story, and it's going to blow your mind right about now. Hear me now. They lived together, and it was so beautiful. And this woman was also African. She was also born in Libya, Africa. Hey, now he loved this woman so much. And hear me now, things went around so nicely. Unfortunately, the woman died in 186. Marciana died of natural causes around 186. And Septimius had to move on and be able to pick up another woman, as he was childless and eager to have children. So he remarried. Now let's put away his marriages and go into something more powerful. This is the class. Hey, see what happened now? Septimius married a number of women. We are not going to spend too much time on this. And there was something controversial that happened to his life with women. Later on, I will tell you that. But in the interim, he even married an Arab woman. Remember, he himself was Berber. Part of his blood was Berberish blood. My God. Hear me now. But gradually, as he was growing up, he became more and more handsome, more muscular, and more daring. In 191, on the advice of another soldier, he decided that he would take up the mantle of becoming an emperor. And what did he do? Listen to the interesting thing that he did. He decided that it was time to take over the reins of the whole of the Roman Empire and become the emperor, the first African to be one. Severus seized power after the death of the emperor Pertinax. How many of us remember Emperor Publius Helvius Pertinax? He was a Roman emperor for the first 3 months of 193. He succeeded Commodus to become the first emperor during the tumultuous year of the 5 emperors. We will find time and get into some of these Roman histories. Our hero for today took over the reins of the Roman Empire. And see what happened. He killed a number of the people who claimed they were the incumbents. And then he moved ahead and slayed a lot of these people who claimed they were the heirs to the throne. And when everybody was out of his way, he became the most powerful Roman emperor who ever lived. Look at what he did. He started building the whole area and started conquering more African lands and giving all that to the Roman Empire. Listen, he wanted the Roman Empire to be all African. He loved Africa and he wanted more energy in Africa. He included a lot of the people and some of the African empires that refused to be colonized. In fact, he conquered them, including the great people that I always love, the Garamantes. How many of us have ever heard about the Garamantes? Garamantes. Now, the Garamantes were a group of people who lived in Africa around Mauritania. And here what happened now, they had a capital known as Garama, Garama. They were known as the Garamantes. They were so powerful, and these were a people who were so worrisome. And they were warrior-like. My God. See what happened now? It was a powerful civilization based primarily in the southern region of Libya all the way down to Mauritania. In fact, they most likely descended from the Berber tribes, just as our hero for today, Septimius Severus. So this was a great man. Now let us break the history down as we are about to end. Listen, he traveled to so many different lands. He even went all the way to England. And when he entered England, the British people were so scared. They started raving and ranting that they had been attacked from the north of Africa by a man who was African, and his name was Romanus Septimius Severus. He took over the whole of England, and he built a very big wall all over England. That wall is still standing, my brother, my sister, demarcating the modern day England.
This is 3FM.
Oh, yes. In fact, the history of England will not begin and end without talking about Romanus Septimius Severus. If you go into the British museums right now, you will see his statue as one of the first statues that you will see in those museums. And he's been painted black.
This is 3FM.
My brother, my sister, Romanus Septimius Severus. Today, my brother, my sister, see what he did. Now, for the Roman Empire, he turned the whole of Africa into a very beautiful capital where there was food. And a lot of Romans were coming over to Africa to marry African women, just like he himself got married to African women. Africa became a very powerful capital for the whole of the Roman Empire. Oh God, people came all the way from Rome to Africa to eat good food. They came to also, in fact, see the beauty of the women in the area. Some of them got married to African women and they bore children all over the place. Africa became the new Rome. Septimius Severus rose powerfully, and during his regime it was very peaceful, and he rose the whole Roman Empire to its acme, in fact its zenith, my brother, my sister. But there came a war. This was the war against the Parthia, and this happened in 197. Severus left Rome and sailed to the east, and when he went down there, there was a war. As he was busily going around and getting more lands and also winning more people into the Roman Empire, he fell ill. And when he fell ill, oh my God, it was fatal. He died, my brother, my sister. He died whilst on his conquest and of course his diplomacy, winning more people into the Roman Empire and trying to turn it all into an African empire. He died in a month like this, February, on the 4th day of February in 211. In fact, today we remember this great man. What did he do? He brought the attention of the Roman Empire to Africa. In fact, he elevated Africa to the point that Africa became the eye of the whole world. He went into England, took over the whole of England, and built a wall. In fact, bigger and more powerful than the wall of Shihongti in China, protecting the whole of the area and demarcating the modern day Britain. Today, if you walk into England and they tell you, oh, these are our demarcations, you must know that it took this man to be able to demarcate the whole of England, especially London. My brother, my sister, he won several acreages of lands running into millions for this area. And he was a man who believed in agriculture. He believed in food sufficiency. And he turned Africa into the food basket of the whole of the Roman Empire. They never went hungry. African women became the delicacy of the Roman Empire. And everybody wanted to come to Africa as if it was the new Mecca. He revolutionized the military. Oh my God, as you were told earlier, with military reforms. Oh, he changed the whole Roman military into an African guerrilla fighting outfit. Taught them all the jungle fighting. Oh my God. Taking inspiration from the power of Africa. We are talking about Lucius Septimius Severus. Oh my God. He died, yes, on the 4th day of February in 211. And when he died, the Roman Empire came to a halt. He was the last such emperor. And when he went down, the Roman Empire started to come down. Today we remember the African who became a Roman emperor and whose life and reign changed the whole face of diplomacy and also the face of the Roman Empire. Today we remember you, Papa, 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 Papa Uniyaminko, Lucius Septimius Severus. Yasi Adowo, Yasi Adowo, Menubeko. Oh, Papa, 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 Demi Fabio, Demi Fabio, Yamani, no. Besi Menubeko, Papa Menubeko, La Papa Fameko Kakre, Papa Besi Menubeko, Papa Menubeko, Papa. Papa, Papa, oh, oh, Papa, oh, Papa, damn it, Papa, damn it, oh, Lucius Septimius Severus left behind 2 children, Geta and Caracalla. He married twice in his life. At a point, he was accused of adultery. But the issue went nowhere because he was the emperor. And he could have as many women as possible. But he had 2 and a number of concubines. Oh. Yes, he died at the age of 65. Today we remember you, Papa. He was the greatest emperor the Roman Empire ever had. He brought the attention of the world to this very beautiful continent of Africa. Oh, Papa. Missy Winiyamiko. Papa, Missy Minubeko. Papa. In the burden of knowledge, I ask you, how will the story of Lucius Septimius Severus impact your own life? Romanus Septimius. In the burden of knowledge, I ask you, now that you know what to do, be an any olea mini obafe, yenzunda kagani mezaka yini, ye pabango bukaya nang, fifia ye nyanu kaina wo, banaeu, ebeden. Missy banaeu, ebe yabade, lele anjima singa be kunne, lele anjima singa berry.
Tu Bobby, Papa mula home,